and welcome back to the ranch. Welcome back to another episode with Cooking with Sandra. And tonight we're not going to be cooking, but I came to show you some cool, wonderful, tasty, fun dessert options. That's right. We're coming into the holiday season, and of course, when you're trying to watch your health and you want to be thoughtful and cognizant of what you're eating, we know how challenging that can be during the holiday times with all the cakes and pies and the cookies and the candy and you name it, grandma's favorite uh, dessert recipe, all of that is so tempting to those of us who need to be careful about the things we're eating because we trying to keep numbers regulated, glucose. And so if you missed the segment on our first educational webinar we did on yesterday, you can still catch it. You can go out and see the rerun of it on our website at www.gcaaha.org. So, as I said, I came on with some fun ways of having some dessert options. I'm that person. I do have a bit of a sweet tooth, but I try to be careful and I do try to be mindful of the fact that I have to keep numbers regulated. And it is something that I do struggle with. Having a heart transplant, a lot goes on in your body, and so it's a never ending battle, I should say. So, with that, we know that this is now the fall season. And one of the favorite treats that has always been one of my favorites, oh my gosh, none other than the candy apple. Now, when I was younger, I used to love that red sugar. Uh, it's made out of syrup, actually, and it's red, bright red. I love that one. Don't mess with that now. Don't want all of that in my teeth, and don't even want to deal with all that sugar. But still, I love me a candy apple. And now my favorite would be the caramel and nuts. But again, I'm watching the things that I eat for health reasons. And so here is something that I want to share with you who might be in the same situation like I am. You want a candy apple, but your health benefits and things that's going on with you says probably not the best choice for you. Well, here's something that you can consider. So as you see, I have a nice beautiful apple in front of me. This happens to be a Honey Crisp, which is already very naturally sweet. And I have my wonderful apple cut and section. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to put that right down there in the center and give this good old little shimmy down. Now, never do get it quite all the way through, which is fine, no problems. You can turn it over, and then sometimes I just finish it out with the knife and finish cutting those sections on out, as you can see me do here. And let's go this way with it. Woo. Handling this knife not too well right about now. Okay. So if this doesn't cut all the way through, it's kind of hard to get your sections out. So that's why I'm taking the time to go ahead and get these out so we can see what's happening here. Alrighty. I think that's going to do it now. Okay. So Now they just pop out like so. Bam. And then you just have your core. Now, if I were juicing or going to make a smoothie, sometimes I'll cut up some of this and use it in my, I'll juice that, or I will sometimes use it in the blender for my smoothie. Okay, so there's that. We're going to put that off to the side now. And so now we have our little sections. And I'll grab my little plate, put my sections over here. I already have everything set. Okay, so peanut butter, and these are just regular peanuts that I took and pounded with a mallet to just kind of break them up. I like mine to be a little bit chunky, so I don't like to beat it so that it's so fine. So I left it a little chunky. And now here we go. You talking about good? It's not a candy apple, as we know, but it gives you the taste. Oh my goodness. It gives you the satisfaction as though you ate a candy apple. And now I have a special treat for you guys because I have company. That's right. I got a guest sitting here with me. And so, guest, you want to just come on and say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone. I'm not here to get any snacks or anything. I'm here for support, but I just happen to, if I happen to get some, I'll be grateful. But just wanted to say hey.
Well, what kind of host would I be if I sit here and ate this and I didn't offer my guests any? Well, I would be a terrible host. So with that said, let's go ahead and give the guests the very first one. How about that? Because I like to be known as a host who does it what? Right, of course. So, to my guest.
Thank you.
And then you can tell us what your thoughts is about this. What do you think about that? And I'm going to prepare myself one as well.
This is delicious.
Isn't it?
It is delicious.
Don't it taste? It tastes like a candy apple, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Peanut butter, the peanuts, the sweetness of the apple. I'm ready for a second.
So, there you have it. When you want that treat, you want that candy apple, and you know, hey, I have to try it myself, even though I know it's good. But pardon me for a minute.
Finger looking good. Got to kiss the cook.
This is so good. It's so very satisfying, just like eating a caramel candy apple, but it's just peanut butter. And I happen to use organic, smooth peanut butter. Doesn't have any nuts in it or anything like that. And it's just basically organic peanut butter. What else more can I say about that? And so, you know, apples will turn brown if you leave them out. So, guys, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna have to finish this little wedge. Okay, so just hang tight with me for 1 minute and I'll be right back, I promise. Man, that was so incredibly tasty, and I enjoyed it immensely. And you will too if you give it a try. So, moving on, now the next little treat that I'm going to share with you was shared with me a couple of years ago by a very dear friend of mine, Dr. Patricia Backus. She, was trying to help me with the transitioning of my new process of my new normal, and helping me to still enjoy having that little tasty treat, satisfying that sweet tooth, but without all of the calories and without the dangers of the sugar compounded upon having high glucose levels. And so here we go. Chocolate lovers, this right here. Oh, 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 baby. What? Okay. Now, I had this at an event, and I, want to be honest and tell people what they're eating, especially you have to, because if someone has allergies, you don't want to cause an incident and then you'll be liable. So letting them know. And so I told them about this, and I told them it's hummus. Now you can see this is not brand new, because this is my own personal stash. And I tell you, whenever I feel the urge, I go in there and have me a little some. And it's okay. It's okay. So here's what I do with that: a pretzel. And I buy the ones that are saltless. You don't see any salt on there. No salt. Totally naked of salt. Now, we're just going to spread a little bit of this dark chocolate raspberry hummus. Hummus. That's what I said. Hummus. And so some people, they won't try it because it's hummus. And they'll be like, I don't like hummus. Well, have you ever tried it? Nope. How do you know you don't like it? I don't like it. What do you do with that? Nothing. You let them miss out. Now, come on, um, honey doodles, and give this a try. Tell tell our friends what you think about this. And while he's doing his taste test, I'm gonna get me a little some. This is wonderful. Thanksgiving is coming up. You may be having Halloween party. I don't celebrate Halloween, but that doesn't mean you don't. Here's a nice little treat, and it is again very satisfying. So, Thanksgiving, make sure you have some of this on hand. Christmas, get some of that chocolate raspberry hummus and your pretzels. Now, I will tell you, if you do the ones that have the salt on it, that extra salt, it just kicks the flavor right up. But if you're dealing with high blood pressure and you know everything about my platform, of course, it's all about health. Uh, I can't very well be the founder and president of an organization such as Greater Cincinnati African American Heart Association dealing with health, and then I'm sharing things that is toxic to your health. So making sure I keep everything in that healthy thread. Okay, pardon me just one more time. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Come on here.
Very delicious. Love it.
Very good. Very good. And so, chocolate raspberry hummus on a cracker. Very satisfying. If you love chocolate, it will definitely satisfy your taste for chocolate. Okay, and then lastly, I actually do have a piece of chocolate for you. Now, put that away. So, you can see this. Dove puts these out, and this is the deepest, darkest chocolate. And the thing about this chocolate, it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, as is the case when you are eating real, organic, or just natural chocolate. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. And so this is really good benefits for your heart. It's a good antioxidant. But again, if you have that taste for chocolate, I recommend this. So there you have it. Treats for the holidays that are well in keeping with being healthy, that will satisfy your taste buds, and that will allow you to take part in the festivities and not feel deprived, and still be able to satisfy that sweet tooth with just the right amount so that it does not get you into danger zone, and you can still enjoy life and have a good time. And so I hope those tips were helpful, and I hope you try it. And if you do, please let me know. Leave me a comment. Come back and tag me on a post and say, hey, I tried it, I liked it, or I didn't like it. Whatever the case may be, I'd love to hear from you. Please like and share. If you want to continue to see me do these type of videos, please encourage it. Like, share, leave a comment. I look at that and I learn what you want from the comments that you leave me. And so before I leave you, I do want to say, go out and visit our website at www.gcaaha.org. As I said before, I am Sandra, who is Cooking with Sandra, but I also am the founder and president of the Greater Cincinnati African American Heart Association, which is kind of how Cooking with Sandra got started in the first place. Just another little something that I give out to the world, as a way of paying it forward. I am forever grateful to still be here and to be here living a life of purpose and hopefully sharing information that is useful and that is also helping someone else as they go through their process and their journey. So please do visit us at the Greater Cincinnati African American Heart Association's website. We have a wonderful nurse on board who has taken on our health educational department. And we just did our very first webinar, our very first healthy webinar, or health segment webinar. And it was on Know Your Numbers. And she was talking about things like fasting glucose and your blood pressure and your BMI, your body mass index. And so if you missed it live, you can still catch it. Just go out to the site and you should be able to find that under the education prompt. And so do bear with us. We are making changes on our site. We're constantly updating and improving it. So do be patient with us. There are things that we're going to be moving around here in the next few days. in hopes to make it more user friendly, because we do want you to come to the site. We want you to engage with it. We want to hear your comments. We want to know what you want to know from us. So leave us a comment, leave suggestions, do all of that. Because it helps. It helps us to improve our service to you. So, with that, I want to say good night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here at the ranch in the right kitchen with none other than the right one, Sandra A. Wright, signing off. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye for now.